Rusty the dog loves learning about history. There seem to be lots of dates to remember when doing this. Dates that kings or queens ruled for, dates of battles or dates of wars, lots and lots of dates. But the really interesting bits that can really change people's lives aren't always dates. They are the small objects that were used by individual people. In this video, we are thinking about weapons, which are definitely things that can be used to change lives. People have been making and using weapons for as long as we have been able to pick up a rock and bash someone else with it, but those weapons have become more sophisticated over time. The first object that we are looking at is from our Stone Age to Iron Age handling box, and is a replica of a Bronze Age spearhead. This spearhead has loops on the side, which would have meant that it could be securely fastened to the end of a wooden pole. Spears were used both for hunting and as weapons by the Bronze Age people, and for those of you who do like dates, the Bronze Age in Britain lasted from 2500 BC to 800 BC and came after the Stone Age, but before the Iron Age. People had worked out how to make things from metals. They used bronze, which is an alloy of tin and copper, but they also made objects from tin or from copper on their own. This is a simple and functional, but still striking weapon. Over time, however, weapons became more varied as metalworking became increasingly widespread and more people were able to own a sword, which was the weapon of choice for many centuries. As with all things, people often like to decorate their possessions to show how important and wealthy they are. Some swords were highly decorated and probably served a more ceremonial rather than functional purpose. This next object is a replica of a Saxon sword hilt, which is the name for the handle part of a sword. It comes from our Saxons and Vikings handling box. This one has patterns of diamond shapes and lines all over its surface, but some swords were even decorated with gold and jewels. The Staffordshire Hoard, which was a collection of Anglo-Saxon items found in 2009 by a metal detectorist, contained hundreds of gold and silver items, many of which were decorated with inset garnet stones. The objects in the hoard were very precious and valuable. It is thought that they were the property of royalty and were deliberately buried, but nobody knows why. As technology has advanced, so have the weapons that people have created. They have changed from things used in hand-to-hand combat into items that can be used at a distance, such as bombs. This final object is taken from our World War II handling box and is a replica of an incendiary bomb. Bombs like this were commonly used during the Second World War by both sides and were designed to be dropped in large numbers for the purpose of creating fires. They contained a substance called thermite, which burned at a very high temperature. Many incendiary bombs were dropped on Bristol, Weston and the surrounding areas during the Second World War. There were many casualties and many buildings were destroyed, but large areas were rebuilt or redeveloped after the war. You can see an example of an incendiary bomb, as well as other high-tech weapons from the time, and information about post-war development in Weston Museum's Seaside Gallery. All three of the items explored here are part of different handling boxes that are available to hire from Weston Museum. There are lots of different topics, and the boxes contain a wide range of both replica and original objects, as well as images, information, books and activities. To find out more about our handling boxes, as well as our other resources for learning, including activity boxes, learning sessions and teachers' resources, head to the Weston Museum website or contact a member of the learning team.